Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. We had high impact news this morning with unemployment and US non farm payroll that got the markets absolutely moving. Let's take a look at that and the strategies right after the intro. As always, nothing that I state on my channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that is put out there is at risk for loss. All right, so it is the real Friday. Yesterday, I got a kick out of my video. Actually, my wife got a really kick out of the video. She's like, "Did you say that today was Friday?" This is yesterday's video. And of course, I replayed my video and I'm like, yeah, I did that. So today is the real Friday. Today is the real day for the end of the week going into the weekend. So today I would really like to be green as well. So let's take a look at the strategies from yesterday. They did pretty damn well yesterday. No setup in gold. So as I mentioned in my video yesterday, we do get a setup about 85 to 90% of the days, but in gold yesterday we did not get a trade. So nothing in gold. Oil session one, again, which I do not trade, was a loser. Session two, which obviously we traded on video yesterday. That one was a winner for 35 points. It was a max source bar candle. So anything 40 ticks and above, I reduce my stop to 35 ticks. Again, if you want to follow along on the strategy, if you're interested in a strategy in oil or in gold, the link is in my description to those strategies. So that trade went for 35 ticks. Beautiful trade. Morning Strategies did extremely well, besides gold, which we didn't have a trade, but they have been doing extremely well for February. I'm sorry, for March. So let's take a look at our dashboard where we currently sit on the eval at $50,912. So the eval is doing great. We got a great cushion building up here. We also, Rob reversal yesterday hit for 35 points. That was a nice trade. So we'll keep this running here. We start session on Rob reversal is from 8:30 in the morning till 1:15 in the afternoon, and that is Central Time. So make your adjustments there. Again, if you're interested in that strategy, there is a link below that will pretty much show you guys the entire strategy. As I mentioned in my video yesterday, sometime next week, I will be releasing some updated videos on the strategies, kind of incorporating all of the tweaks, everything to kind of condense them and hopefully answer the majority of the questions that we get in the channel and on the in Discord. All right, taking a look at the levels for this morning. If you charted those levels that I gave you guys from yesterday, again, they're in Discord. There's a link below. It's free. I post these levels every day. Those levels held pretty damn well yesterday. Don't like the ES as far as price action right now. We're in an area right now where obviously we do not have any price action really to the left of us. So, and that's why I call it a blue sky. And not that I coined it, but that's what I've heard, and it makes a lot of sense to me. So, obviously, you got to be careful here. This thing could just keep ripping. It's not a clean chart for me. So this level, which actually was a level from yesterday, 51.55, very weak level. I had another level here at 51.40. That's almost kind of already gotten tapped into. And then 51.19, 50.91 is my extreme low right now. But again, no clear direction, in my opinion, in the equities markets besides the YM. So let me show you guys the YM. This to me is honestly a much cleaner chart. Extreme 38,982, a level where I realistically think that we can get to today is 38,893. So this is a big level. This level already obviously has already gotten tapped into several times. And then at the bottom side, it would be 38,671 and 38,584. Realistic areas here. Obviously, this huge move. All of them had this huge move with the news being released. So, and then the NQ, also not the cleanest chart in the world. You got a blue sky pretty much where it is tried tapping into. You know what it can do after that. It's a gamble. These are levels from yesterday in red, 18,264. Obviously, that got respected pretty well. 18,233. This already just got tapped into. It got swept with the news at 7:30. Another level from yesterday, 18,175. I mean, talk about tapping into that level perfectly. That was a really nice trade. Or it could have been a really nice trade. And my last level, 18,102. I got something here on the extreme at 17,933. But these levels right here is where I would be kind of looking at for today. So that's what I got. Let me see here what we can do with the morning strategies, and stick around for my trade recaps.
Order canceled.
All right, so here we get into our first trade of the morning. This is in gold, which is on my chart on the right. As you can see, we had a big push off of that early news release. And since then, price action has just kind of been on a downward trend. And you can also see that right below my take profit is the overnight open, which the market had a huge reaction to from the first time, kind of swept into there and then just took off. So my thinking here was, one, we're in a mini downtrend, which is great. I mean, that's the way of our trade. And I honestly said to myself, you know, it would be a great spot right here for it to retest that overnight open. Again, I don't use that as a I don't use that to kind of qualify my trades or anything like that. I like to see it on my chart to have a reference point of where it's at. And I do know that, you know, price action does like to gravitate to it. So once my take profit, where, you know, it was a max size trade, so 35 ticks. And sorry, I really should have blown up the chart a little bit more so you can see it a little bit easier. But you know, it kind of struggles here. There's not that push downward from sellers. So at this point, we are about 70% to our full stop loss, and just not liking price action there. We did right off the gate get into some profit, but buyers stepped in and pretty much took control of this trade. And unfortunately, we get knocked out here for a full stop.
Stop filled. Order canceled.
All right, and here we get into our oil session 2 trade. We do get activated here into a short. Price action does, you know, again, my bracket order's not working. Do have a call in with tech support on that one. So we'll see what we can kind of resolve with the bracket orders here. But, you know, we do get the push downward, and we were in a downtrend in oil, pretty steady downtrend. And the play obviously comes out of that red inside bar that we've got, actually to the one candle to the left. So my entry here, I would have an entry to go short at the bottom of that inside bar, and then I would have an entry to go long at the top of that bar. So I think we had about one tick of slippage here on this trade, but my main concern is obviously price action. Really looking for a strong push out of this zone. Oil session 2 has just been pretty much on fire lately. I mean, it's been, I think, 5 consecutive trading days of wins in oil session 2. So kind of have that working, that ratio maybe working against me here, but fighting back with the entry point of our trade. And again, we would really need to see a push right through the low of that previous candle for it to get to our take profit here. Again, smaller position size, 3 micro contracts on the CL. I'm sorry, on the MCL. So not a lot of risk on the trade. That will be changing next week just because of how it's been performing. I will be increasing it, but take a loss on this one.
Order submitted.
All right, so here we get into a 15-minute Rob reversal trade. We get a setup to go short. It is obviously within our time condition of I started at 8:30 in the morning and I finished this trade at 1:15. That's the window that I'm looking for to trade this. We do get a pattern to go short, and it closes below the 80 MA, and we get activated. So all of our conditions were met. From this point, actually, this trade doesn't really take that long. I think maybe about 10 minutes. We are looking for 35 points if 35 points to take profit, and we also have a stop loss of 35 points as well. So that's $700 per E-mini contract that you trade, and this trade is really a beauty right from the get-go. I mean, it doesn't really get you into much sweat throughout the trade, which those are always so much more funner to watch and to be a part of, because it does take some of the maybe anxiety that some traders might have on these trades. So it is a momentum play. Obviously, we're looking for price action to really bust out of this area, and we are going to get a very, very strong push here on the NQ. This trade, obviously, spoiler alert, it is a winner. But the beauty of it is that this trade ends up going on, I believe it was on this candle, or maybe not, if the next candle, sucker goes for like 100 points. So, I mean, just a huge, finds these momentum plays very well. Beautiful trade in the NQ, full take profit.
Target fill.
What a day of trading. I mean, yes, the morning strategies today did not do so hot. And does that Rob reversal just, it seems to always hit on those days where the morning strategies kind of struggle. That's kind of the nice, it's kind of the nice thing of having a few strategies that are your go-to strategies every single day. I don't like to deviate, and obviously the Rob reversal doesn't come around every day. But the days that it does, it really anchors the strategies really, really well. Let's just look at that one first. I know I usually like to cover my losers first, but this thing was just, I mean, an awesome, awesome trade. And here's the kicker. This is honestly why I'm even more excited, is that I upped my position size in my cash account to 1 NQ. As you guys know, I've been trading 2 micros on the Rob reversal in my cash account, and recently upped it. So that was a $700 win to the cash account today. That is huge. I mean, that's a huge, huge, huge day for me. And this thing just kept going. Let me just see. I haven't, from here, which is your entry, to the bottom. That move was 106 points. 106 points. And again, if we were to trail it, which I don't, but I know, man, why is this thing so hard to get rid of? There. All right, so if we were trailing this sucker, so you got to remember, your entry is one tick below the candle that's going to get us in. So setup, we've got to go short. I guess we can talk about all of the setups. This is pre-session. Anything, it's got to be from 8:30 to 1:15. That's the only time period I'm looking to trade this. And we do get a setup here to go long. Meets the time condition, meets the pattern, but closes below the ADMA. No trade. Obviously, keeps you out of a pretty bad trade here. But right at 11:45, we get this great pattern. And if you were to trail this sucker, you would have come down here, you would have come down here, you would have come down here, you would have come down here. So, I guess, I mean, you would have gotten at least 105 points out of this, out of that trade. That's something. And then the next setup here is to go long. Obviously closes below the ADMA, no trade. We then get a setup. This is 2 o'clock, past our time. We're not even talking about it because it's not in our condition. Granted, nice trade. So you can tell I was pretty excited today about that one. Now, if we take a look at oil today, session 1 actually won, which was it broke, I think, a 3-day losing streak in oil session 1. Let me just see where that number is at. Session 1 is down 3 ticks for the entire month of March. So let's just call it pretty much break even, which is not bad. I mean, considering where it was in February, not bad. Still not trading it. Session 2 was coming off of a 5-day streak of winners. So you kind of had that going against you on this trade. Just the law of numbers and the law of percentages. But this trade, as you guys saw, was a loser. So we took a 17-tick loss in oil session 2. We got activated to the short. This thing reversed up on us and actually then slammed back down. Session 2 in oil is up 113 ticks in March. It's doing fantastic. So that is great. Let's take a look at gold. Gold was a loser as well. So we get activated into a short here and was in profit for a little bit. And then this thing just snapped back out and knocked us out here for 35 ticks. So this was a max trade. And again, I'll show you guys the reason why. We would have your entry to go short at the bottom of this candle, entry to go long at the top of the candle, just like that. We did get activated to a short. So once I put my short tool right here, if we go to the top of the source bar, which is what I use to determine my stop loss and my take profit, so it doesn't leave any guessing or anything of, what levels to try to look for. I always reduce down 40 ticks or higher. I reduce down to 35 ticks. So that's where we get this trade from here today. So this one ends up being a loser. Kind of stunk. I did lower my position on this trade to 5 micros. So again, that's the beauty of the futures market, is that, you can, of course, lower, or, if you want to take some risk off, but you still want to leave the same room in your trade, which I think is a big mistake that a lot of traders, including myself before, that I would do, is I would have these really tight stop losses. And it's just so much easier to reduce down position sizing and still keep your original targets that you know have, through back testing, through obviously results, that you know have an edge. And that's what I did here today. That one ended up saving me. So it saved me $175 on that trade because I reduced it down to the 5 micros. Gold, with that 35 tick loss, is up 24 ticks in March. So if you're trading oil and oil session 2 and gold, you are up 137 ticks for the month. Okay, which is great. Now, again, the Rob reversal, that one was a great winner. Gold here started off with a nice pump, came back right down, and this thing just shot right back up into the moon, came right back down. Where oil was more downtrendy pretty much all day. If we take a look at our levels this morning, I told you guys that the chart for me just didn't really look very, very clean. I like the YM, so I was able to take a small trade there, which was a nice trade for me. But I mean, you could see these levels. You dip into it, you come right back up, you hit to that number, and they're just these levels that kind of keep getting respected day in and day out. I did not like the ES. I actually didn't like the ES or the NQ, just because of the fact that once you get to new all-time highs, you don't really have much to the. So it's the market's going to kind of do what it's going to do, and I just don't like being a part of that scenario. Within price action, if there's stuff to the left of me, I feel a lot more comfortable trading it. Let's take a look at the YM. You can see here, I mean, perfect dip right down to this line, came up to this line, respected it, came right back down, came through it, came all the way to my top line, 38,982, came right back down. I mean, it's like I just keep seeing this every single day, and I don't know, like I said, hopefully it provides some type of value to someone. The NQ, same thing. This was a line I had a level from yesterday, another level from yesterday right here at 18,173. Respects it pretty much right to the tick. So again, I put these levels out in my Discord in the morning. I've also started to update where I will be putting in levels at the end of the trading day so people could kind of take a look at those charts. Like I said, hopefully it helps somebody. But man, what a fun week of trading. I mean, this week has been fantastic. I've been having a lot of fun with everyone in Discord. It's just been a really great community of people that are just trying to get better and trying to help others, which is honestly the main goal. And again, if you are looking to get funded, there is a link in my description for TopStep, who I partner with. That is the prop account that I use, prop firm that I use. And if you're interested, go in the description below. All my strategies to oil, gold, and the 15-minute raw reversal are also listed in my description, and a link to the Discord. Now, really enjoy your weekend. I know I am for sure. I will see you guys here on Monday, and happy trading, everyone. Take care.